How did Civil War submarines operate with human power? Imagine being inside a tiny metal tube underwater, with only your strength to move it forward. During the American Civil War, submarines like the H.L. Hunley relied entirely on human effort to operate. The crew of 7 men turned a large hand crank that was directly connected to the propeller. As they turned the crank, their physical effort spun the propeller, pushing the submarine through the water silently. This was the only way to make the vessel move because engines capable of working underwater were not yet developed. The Hunley's design was simple but clever. It had a cylindrical iron hull, which was about 25 feet long and 4 feet in diameter. At each end, it had water ballast tanks that could be filled or emptied by hand pumps. When the crew wanted to dive, they flooded these tanks with water, making the submarine heavier and causing it to sink. To surface, they pumped the water out, making the vessel lighter and allowing it to rise. All these actions were manually controlled, requiring the crew to work together carefully. Inside the cramped space, the crew took turns turning the crank. Turning the crank was exhausting and required steady effort. The physical labor limited how long they could operate the submarine and how fast it could go. The entire process was dangerous because the crew had to work in tight quarters with limited air and no way to escape quickly if something went wrong. Some other Confederate submarines tried different ways to power their vessels, like steam or electric motors. But these methods were not reliable or practical during the war. The hand crank system used in the Hunley was a major technological step at the time. It allowed the submarine to silently approach enemy ships and deliver explosive charges, making it a stealthy weapon. So, in summary, Civil War submarines like the Hunley moved through water by human power, with crew members turning a large crank. They manually controlled ballast tanks to dive and surface, and their physical effort was the only source of propulsion. This method was simple but effective for its time, showing how ingenuity can overcome technological limits.